Good evening. A 15-year-old boy has been stabbed and left to die outside a hospital after a shocking gang attack in Melbourne's north. Within hours of his death, police had two people in custody, one just 16 years old.
He died alone in an empty car park. A 15-year-old boy stabbed in a pack attack.
14 kids on one, it's just, I feel like it's not normal, it's just brutal.
7 News understands Darwish Mohammed met up with friends near Craigieburn Central Shopping Centre when he was ambushed by up to 14 youths around 8 last night. His body was found in a pool of blood, metres from a community hospital, a large hunting knife on the ground next to him.
It's very shocking to hear that it's happening nearby to our house.
A passerby and doctor tried in vain to save Darwish.
Any life lost in Victoria is, of course, a tragedy and, it just shouldn't be happening on our streets.
Footage surfaced online shows a fight that allegedly triggered the fatal attack. Hours later, this vehicle linked to the murder was found burnt out on the outskirts of Oaklands Junction, about 13 kilometres from the scene. It's believed to have belonged to one of the suspects. The homicide squad swiftly arrested a 20-year-old and 16-year-old boy this morning as detectives scoured Parkland for more evidence.
These things, they're getting out of control. They're getting out of control. I myself, I feel scared.
Another family grieving, another memorial and another young life lost to Melbourne knife violence.
It's a horrific incident and again my condolences to his family.
Regardless of how it happened, regardless if it is gang related, this should not be happening in Victoria.
Geordie Wright, 7 News.
Shock new polling has One Nation ahead of Labor and the Coalition in Victoria for the first time. It's put added pressure on the Liberal Party to join forces with Pauline Hanson before November's state election.
As he prepares for an early World Cup alarm Saturday morning,
Soda water today, beer tomorrow night.
it was up to the Sports Minister to respond to an ominous opinion poll.
I'm confident Labor will win.
4 months ago, the Coalition was in front. Today, a new survey of 5,500 Victorians shows One Nation ahead of Labor and the Coalition for the first time. The mood for change driven by Pauline Hanson without a Victorian leader.
Its primary vote is in excess of 40% in everywhere in regional Victoria except for Ballarat and Geelong.
The two-party preferred result puts the Coalition ahead.
Every poll between now and election day will just show we have more work to do.
That seems very vague. I think the question more is what is the more that you have to do? I mean, you can keep on listening, but this poll indicates that One Nation is more attractive. They don't even have a leader.
And that's why we need to be out there listening to voters.
But she still won't reveal the chance of a deal with One Nation.
I think it's very immature of Jess Wilson not to work with One Nation. You are not my enemy. Labor is.
In personal popularity for leaders, Jacinta Allen's position as the least popular in Australia worsened. Combining her favourable, neutral and unfavourable results delivers minus 42%. Jess Wilson has more favourable than unfavourable, with a significant amount being neutral, so her overall result was 13. Tomorrow night, she'll join senior Liberals to decide MP Moira Deeming's future with the party after police dismissed her assault claim against fellow MP Matthew Guy. Has Moira been invited to attend tomorrow night?
Oh, I understand that's the case, yes.
And do you know if she will?
That's a matter for Moira.
Would you like her to? Would you like to hear her side of this story?
That's a matter for Moira.
It is I was going to use a bad word, it is a very difficult operation, the Liberal Party.
What word were you going to use to describe the Liberal Party?
No, I'm going to say that. Should I?
Yeah.
No, it's a shit show. They're a shit show.
Paul Dowsley, 7 News.
Two people have been killed in a head-on crash in Victoria's southwest. The collision happened at an intersection in Weering near Colac just after 5 yesterday afternoon. The drivers, a 57-year-old man and a 70-year-old woman, died at the scene. Police are now trying to work out what caused the tragedy. The crash brings this year's Victorian road toll to 125. There's a new warning tonight about deadly substances being sold as party drugs. Blake Johnson, one person has died and 3 others are in hospital.
Pete, they unknowingly took heroin, thinking it was cocaine or meth, 2 party drugs with very different effects to the opioid they consumed. Instead of going on a high, they needed hospital treatment, 1 needed resuscitation and 1 couldn't be saved. We understand all victims are in their early 20s. The health department hasn't been able to work out if it's from one bad batch or several, and what the potential motive is for the mix-up.
It's not good from a marketing point of view. You don't want to kill off your customers. So it's a little bit uncertain.
Pill testing facility. The victims are from across the Melbourne metro area, making it hard to pinpoint exactly where their tainted gear came from. Peter?
Thank you. The federal government's been forced to change how it determines the level of aged care older Australians receive. They're adding a human check as a new challenger to Anthony Albanese emerges, armed with a racket.
Joseph Dowd thought winning tennis with the Prime Minister of the Lodge was going to be a stretch.
Genuinely shocked.
Recording that shocking moment.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Blasting all bidders from the court at last night's Press Gallery midwinter ball with $16,500 for charity, suddenly looking for a coach.
Well, I heard Nick Kyrgios recently retired. If he wants a gig, mate, tell him to come right down.
The Sydney mortgage broker wants to give the PM a real serve. He spent thousands on billboards slamming the budget and now wants to argue his case in the court of public opinion. His preferred umpire, no fan of the PM.
Hughesy, Dave Hughes.
Anthony Albanese today returning serve.
If it's a choice between someone who's in the sector somewhere and who's got enough money to buy billboards and spend all this, or first home buyers struggling to get into a home, I'm for the first home buyers.
The main political game today, aged care. The government adding another level of human oversight to ensure assessments by computer algorithms deliver the right level of care. A primary assessment by a trained clinician will be filtered through a computer checklist for consistency, then reviewed by a separate delegate with a new avenue for appeal. But the Coalition, Greens and Crossbench want complete human oversight.
We've sent a very clear message to the government that we are not going to sit idly by and let them persecute older Australians' needs.
There is human oversight over all of these processes.
That new review process now going out for consultation.